Hello everyone, good day. We formally start our discussion, let's have first our opening prayer. Who among you here wants to lead a prayer? Alright, Isabel, could you please may I request everyone to please stand? Amen. Alright, so before you take your seats, can we please pick some pieces of papers in your whatsoever. Can you please settle down first yourselves before you sit down? Alright, so our rules is that when I speak here in front, I want you to listen carefully so that you will be able to grasp the information and you can reflect it, analyze, and that's it. Alright, you may now sit. Let me check your attendance first. Isabel, Dayan, Paolo. Our lesson for today is all about a good man is hard to find. So, but before we dig deeper to this lesson, may I ask you first, what do you mean or what was your own perspective about a good man is hard to find? A good man is hard to find. Is it true? Is it true that a good man is hard to find? What about Paolo? What qualities make someone a good person? Can a person do bad things and still be good? Alright, thank you so much. Now I want you to make a reflection or just a short response or your own perspective about a good man is hard to find. Can you please just write it in a 1/4 sheet of paper? And I will be collecting that.
A Good Man is Hard to
later
Find
on.
is a short story by American author Flannery O'Connor, known for its exploration of complex themes such as identity, morality, and the nature of good and evil. The narrative centers around the character, known only as the grandmother, who embodies a flawed sense of self-importance and a misguided belief in her ability to judge human nature. As her family embarks on a vacation to Florida, the grandmother expresses her fears about an escaped convict called the Misfit, reflecting her preoccupation with social class and her own status as a lady. The story employs irony to reveal the grandmother's superficiality and the emptiness of her values, particularly in the face of life and death situations.
And now let's proceed to our activity. That is what we call think, pair, share. By pair, I want Isabel and Paula and then Julius and Angel. You guys are by pair to answer this one. Right, since you guys are done writing your own reflection, let us now start with our discussion. So when we say a good man is hard to find, and a brief or short summary of this short story, it is a dark tale about a family vacation that ends in tragedy. It ends in tragedy. Again, please read it. It ends in tragedy. So it's basically highlighting the conflict between outward appearances and inner reality. I want to ask Angel, what role does religion or belief play in how people define goodness? Is it possible to be good without being religious? Alright, thank you so much. Next, we have Paolo. If someone did something terrible but then showed regret, would that change your opinion of them? Why or why not? Now, for this activity, I have some copies of short stories. I actually brought this one. I have here some short story copies of A Good Man is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor. Now, my instructions will be when I will going to give this copies to you, I want you guys to read the story silently with a specific focus on two things. Just focus on two things. What are those? Highlight or underline any lines of dialogue that seem significant. So let's say, for example, when we say about morality or grace. Let's say, for example, morality or grace. If you think that the phrase is significant, what you're going to do is to underline this phrase. Let's say, for example, just like this one. Or when you have a highlighter and write down any questions or observations you have. This is not just a question that you will going to write, but I also highly encourage you to just write down the reflection or the perspective that you wanted to portray. Just like the reason why is it this phrase is it you think that this phrase is significant. Now for your activity, I have here some copies of a short story by Flannery O'Connor, and you are going to do is that you read the story silently with focusing with only these two things. So what are this? Now you are going to highlight or underline any lines of dialogue that seem significant. So let's say, for example, it's all about morality and grace. Morality and grace. Let's say, for example, this thing is significant or this phrase is significant. Let's say, for example, the grandmother helps, blah, 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 and so on. And then you're going to underline or highlight the phrase. And I highly encourage everyone as well to, and you are going to underline the significant phrases. I want you to write down any questions or it's somehow observations that you have, or should I say no na lang. I want you to underline the phrase and write down why is it significant for you. So that will be your tasks for today, and I want you to so that's it. 1, 3, 4, 5. Can you just get one and pass? I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get one and pass for this side and side naman. So I will give you only 15 minutes or 20 minutes to answer that. I guess it seems like everyone already answered the tasks that I gave. Now let's proceed to our summary. Alright, so before we end, can someone volunteer to summarize? Right, thank you so much for your cooperation, guys. But before we end, can someone volunteer what was our lesson for today? Or can someone summarize the lesson for today? Yes, Angel. Alright, thank you so much. So, next, what do you think motivates the grandmother's actions and words? What do you think motivates the grandmother's actions and words? Yes, Isabel. Alright, thank you so differ the grandmother? How? How the how does the misfit philosophy differ from the
All
grandmother?
right. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Yes.
your cooperation, for sharing your ideas, for letting yourself to express everything you've wanted to express. That would be all. I hope that you learned something new or something new lessons today. That would be all. God bless you all.